$4, $5, $7, or $9 Lux Cravings box today at Taco Bell. At participating Taco Bell stores for a limited time only while supplies last. Price of participation varies. Drinks excludes freezes. Tax extra.
Are you an electrician that's looking for a smaller, non-corporate job? Well, I'm here in studio with Sloan Walker of Sloan Electric. Sloan, what do you currently have open?
2 journeyman spots open and a 4th-year apprentice. If you have 1 to 2 years experience with those, you'd be a great fit for my company. We do residential, commercial, and industrial installs. Normal working hours are 8 to 4:30, so you can focus on your home life outside of your career. Best way to get in contact with me is just give me a phone call or text at 479-461-4302. Sloan Electric. We can power up together.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
There's only one Razorback.
Uncle Tommy loves the Razorbacks.
Razorback fans, let's stand up and call those. 7 down. This one belongs to the Razorbacks. Ball's on the ground, picked up by Colin. Alex has got room.
Everybody, we'll take Philly. This is your Hog Update on the Morning Rush. Brought to you by Mr. Sparky. Need a licensed electrician to service your home from one of their local pros? Call 888-8-SPARKY.
All right, that was C.J. Brown, who caught one of his 2 touchdowns in the game on Saturday. 4 catches, 49 yards. Just a lot of guys you can be happy for this past weekend. But, Tommy, I kind of want to start with him, just being at what he's gone, losing his father. And Cam Ball talked about it after the game. But just really encouraging to see him have that performance he had following that win.
It got him into the game, got him activated early. Yeah, I mean, that's the kind of guy you want to root for after the last 10 or 15 days of what's going on in his life. So, yeah, great to see him have a big day. Absolutely.
Here was Cam Ball on CJ after the game.
When CJ's father had first passed, it was just so crazy because I'm trying to give him words of encouragement. And, my father had passed probably like 2 months before him. And it was, as I was texting, I was just like, wow, man, like never knew I had to, comfort somebody else in this situation because I knew how he felt. And I told him, like, if you don't want to talk to me, that's okay. If you want to talk to me, that's okay, because I was in your same position and I still am. And when he made those plays out there today, man, I just went up to him, gave him a hug, and talked to him in the locker room a minute ago. And the first thing he said was, that was for Pops. And I was like, I already know, bro.
So a cool moment for both him and obviously a moment you don't want either of those kids to share at the age that they're at. But I just thought that was cool for Cam to share that with us after the game.
Not a bond you want, but a bond they have.
Yeah. CJ caught 2 of Taylon's 6 career touchdown passes on Saturday, set a new record in an Arkansas single-season opener. Only trailed Brandon Allen against the 2015 game against Mississippi State. That wasn't a season opener, but that's the career high in touchdown passes. I think I was encouraged by a bunch of things on Saturday. Taylon, really, as we talked about earlier, Tommy, spreading the wealth. Wasn't just one guy. I know Omega Blake had over 100 yards in this game, but multiple guys with touchdowns, and you pointed out 10 different guys caught balls from Taylon Green.
Yeah, and 13 got targeted. 3 different quarterbacks played. So 26 of 36 combined. Taylon was 24 of 31. Here's the thing. The number that comes after that, 0. Number of fumbles for this offense, 0. So when you look at how they took care of the football, that's a discipline thing that will carry forward into this week and the weeks beyond. I like the fact that they took really good care of the football.
Yeah, Arkansas and Arkansas State is sold out, which is a good thing. This was an interesting stats from Andrew Hutchinson. 32 states have multiple FBS teams. 31 of them have witnessed in-state FBS matchups. This will be the final one that actually does it this Saturday. That changes after this weekend. So kind of an interesting tidbit heading into this Arkansas and Arkansas State game that, again, 31 of their in-state state places have matched up against one another, and this will be the first time Arkansas and Arkansas State have.
And let's play this one. We'll worry about the next one, but it doesn't feel like there's a next one anytime soon. And I just wonder with the new 9-game setup, this is a historical match, big season here today. You might see one of one here. I don't know when A-State will get back on the schedule unless state government gets involved just because of the 9-game schedule. I'm not sure a Sunbelt type team gets back on your schedule anytime soon.
Yeah. And Christian, you're going. I know you're excited to be there on Saturday.
Yeah, I was just going to say, if it's the only game for a while, you want to be the team that wins it because you've got bragging rights for a long time.
Yeah, and probably will not play this game. Based on Sam Pittman's comments, doesn't sound like you're going to be playing this game anytime soon once again. All right, that is your Hog Update here on a Tuesday. Hog Update, always brought to you by our friends at Mr. Sparky.
You don't have to put up with any malarkey. Call 888-8 Sparky.
All right, we got our Morning Rush Daily question coming up in just a bit. I know we're already in September. Isn't it crazy how quick that it's flown
It feels
by?
like October.
I know. And with the new month brings new things. And we welcome in our buddy David Rath of Rath Mitsubishi. David, I know last month it was about state sales tax paid when you trade. This month, it's about $1,000 your way. You guys are helping people a lot of different ways as we enter a new month at Rath Auto Resources and Rath Mitsubishi.
You know, we've done this promo kind of we've tested it out before. We've done it on just, a handful of cars here and there, but we've never done it like lot wide and sure not both lots at the same time. But it's pretty cool. People seem to really dig this one. It's almost like having a rebate, but on used cars. So, you could take it as a discount, just off the top of the price of the car, or if you've got a trade-in, we can add it to that, or we can cut you a check back, help you tag your car. Kind of do whatever you want with it. It's $1,000 to use however you want. Go buy the kids a PlayStation or something. I mean, it's totally up to you. There's no strings,
Buy the Notre Dame tickets here in a couple weeks.
Yeah,
they're going up in price.
That might get it done. Yeah. Yeah. So, just come on in and it's vehicle of your choice, any road-ready certified pre-owned vehicle on either lot. Just pick one of those out, finance them with us, and we'll turn around. We'll cut you a check back for $1,000 or put it anywhere you want on the deal. It's your choice.
$1,000 your way. That's at Rath Auto Resources and Rath Mitsubishi. New month, new deal. Come on by and see David, and you can take advantage of that. Plus, you can always ask him a pop culture question or two, especially about Back to the Future. I know he's going to know that. David, good stuff as always. Good luck on this new thing this month, and we'll talk soon.
Appreciate you guys.
All right, let's get David Rath of Rath Mitsubishi. You think did this past weekend, did it change anyone's thoughts on whether they're going to a single game or not this fall? Anything 52, whether they're going to a game or not this fall? Whether you're going to spend the money like a Notre Dame game,
probably.
which obviously going to cost a little bit more than a few shekels.
This week will do a lot I think this week will do a lot towards that. Yeah. You got to beat Arkansas State.
Absolutely. Hey, if you're looking to make plans to get to Northwest Arkansas for a weekend, In at the Mill is the place to stay. Exit 69 off I-49 at the Johnson exit. Big oversized suites, wonderful place to spend your weekend. Give them a call now and book a game or book a game weekend for this season. 479-443-1800, 443-1800, or online at inatthemill.com.
Morning Rush Daily question when we come back. There is nothing better on Sundays during the National Football League where you eat about 3,000 calories, your hand are in your pants, and you're watching Red Zone, and you feel like crap. There is nothing better as a man than that feeling on Sundays.
Find our live video stream on Facebook, YouTube, X, Instagram, and Twitch. ESPN Arkansas, more than just radio.
Don't even think about it.
At the Bet Saracen Sportsbook app, we realize lots of you have thought about opening an account, but you just haven't made that move yet. Well, now's the time with our new player offer. It's easy. You just sign up, use the code WELCOME, deposit at least $25, place a $25 bet, and that's it. Once that bet settles, you'll have $125 in free bets ready to go. Bet Saracen, the most popular sportsbook app in the state. Download it today on all your devices. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Protect what matters most with the Fence Man. From heavy-duty security fencing to powered automatic gates, the Fence Man's got Fort Smith covered. The Fence Man has served the Fort Smith area for over 40 years. Custom built and built to last. Free quotes, financing for 18 months. When it comes to security fencing, nobody builds it better than the Fence Man. Call 479-782-3936 or visit thefencemanAR.com. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work.
On a cattle ranch.
Thanks for
calves are
watching
only
us here on ESPN Arkansas. Download the brand new Hit That Line Now app in the Apple and Google Play stores. ESPN Arkansas, more than just radio stations.
Tommy Kraft here. When it came time for new gates and some fence repairs at my home, the Fence Man was my first call. The Fence Man does it all, from large commercial jobs to small residential repairs. Wood privacy fence, vinyl fence, commercial or residential chain link, even custom wrought iron fencing. 479-782-3936. 18 months, same as cash financing with approved credit is now available. If it involves fencing, the Fence Man does it. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work. 479-782-3936.
It's a dandy white perch. Big old slab. C'est bon, sacale.
One beautiful crappie.
It's a paper mouse.
Some serious crappie.
Nice speck.
We got crappie.
They might go by different names, but all prefer the same thing. Bobby Garland, America's favorite white perch, slab, sockeye, papermouth, crappie, speck, crappie baits.
I call it dinner.
Lewis Automotive has been serving Northwest Arkansas for over 75 years and just getting started.
Our knowledgeable sales team is here to find you the perfect vehicle to fit not only your lifestyle, but also your budget.
Our factory-trained service technicians keep your vehicle running at optimal level.
And if you're looking for genuine parts and accessories, our team has exactly what you need.
Relax in our comfortable lounge, and when your car's ready, we'll return it to you spotless.
Thank you for being a part of our story.
Come see us at Lewis Automotive Group, where you're more than a customer, you're family.
Does your Razorback closet need an upgrade? The University of Arkansas Game Day Collection is what you're looking for, only at Roback.com. They've custom designed the best hoodies, polos, and Q-zips for your school. Go check out this and more at Roback.com, and don't forget to use our link for 20% off. Use code RUSH25 at checkout on Roback.com for 20% off your first order. That's RHOBACK.com. 20% off all hoodies, joggers, and more with Rush 25. Roback, where action meets comfort.
Get 20% off on your first order with the code RUSH25.
You don't always win your first bet. That's why MyBookie has you covered. Use our code HOGS, H-O-G-S, and your first bet up to $500 is fully covered. If your pick doesn't hit, you get it right back with our Bet Back bonus. Go to mybookie.ag and use the code HOGS to claim your Bet Back bonus. MyBookie's where bettors win together, because bragging's good, but cashing in is better. And your first bet is fully covered. Use our code HOGS.
Got a little jingle.
Dad, the driver looks dirty. Ew, yucky, Daddy.
Hey, don't worry, boys. That's what we do best. At My Dreams Mo Wash, we make homes, businesses, and even big industrial spaces shine like new.
So you can clean houses and big buildings?
That's right. Residential, commercial, or industrial. No job's too big or too small. Call My Dreams Mo Wash today at 479-763-5561 or visit mjmowash.com.
My Junior's Mobile Wash. One call, cleans it all.
Cheerwine, uniquely Southern since 1917.
Up to $11,000 off on select GMC Sierras at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. The GMC Sierra will conquer the road with confidence. Up to $11,000 off, or take 4.9% for up to 84 months. Lease the all-new 2025 GMC Hummer and go 0 to 60 in under 3.9 seconds for as low as $9.99 a month. Harry Robinson Buick GMC. We are professional grade. Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3. Carpat Social Morning Rush Daily Question.
All right, men. I'm going to ask you a question, and I want you to answer to the best of your ability.
It's going to be a quick answer to an incredibly terrible, long question.
What you just said
is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
Check out Nate and Christian's place in Lowell online at carpathsocial.com.
All right, listen close. Which game did you enjoy the most this week? Not what was the best game, but what game did you most enjoy this weekend? 877-377-6963 on the Lewis Automotive Group hotline. What game entertained you the most this weekend, Ty?
I think it was the LSU Clemson game for reasons you and Bruce brought up earlier. They encapsulated the whole Howard's Rock tradition, the driving of the bus. I felt like from start to finish, though it wasn't like a high-scoring affair between Klubnik and Nussmeier, it was close throughout. I thought that game really did a good job pulling in every stop, all the atmosphere elements needed for a college football game. And I don't necessarily go out of my way to watch Clemson football every single Saturday, but when they're playing an SEC opponent, I'm going to take it in. You got 82,000 fans in attendance. That would be the game that I'd point to.
I thought Miami and Notre Dame was the most thrilling, and I enjoyed watching Notre Dame get beat. But I don't know how you pass up on in Texas, Ohio State. Watching Texas get beat was thrilling. That was a great game. I know Manning didn't play well, but 14-7 in an atmosphere like the Horseshoe and Lee Corso's final headgear and all the pageantry that went along with it was really cool. But watching Alabama get beat by an unranked Florida State team, I know that game for a lot of us was going on at the same time Arkansas was playing, and I don't know how much of the detail you got to really, sink your teeth into on that one. But I probably enjoyed the outcome of the Alabama game more than any other game. It's great for Gus Malzahn, an Arkansas native. You can feel how you want about Gus, but he's from my hometown, so I'm going to root for him unless he's playing my team. And, I really enjoyed that one. So that was probably the one I was most satisfied with, was Alabama getting beat.
Christian?
It is Miami Notre Dame, and I agree with Tommy most of what he said. It was just a really entertaining game, and
that catch by C.J. Daniels was just unbelievable at the end. And, it was raining when that game started. Rained throughout a lot of the contest, back and forth. I just thought it was a really good coaching matchup, and I think Mario Cristobal is getting a little more credit for how good a coach he is.
That campus is 21 miles from Hard Rock. There's off-campus stadiums, and then there's what
it's a major metropolitan area. It's a really nice. It's an NFL stadium. Obviously, It's a really nice stadium for a private school that's not that big to get to play in. So, really good venue.
Yeah. So, what did you like about that game, Christian?
I liked Carson Beck. I think he kind of gives Miami that boost because he's played for a winning program. He knows what it takes to be successful, and he's kind of rejuvenated there at Miami. And I just think he gives them that edge, and they played like it, man. They look like they can compete with anybody.
He might be the least talked about hero from the weekend based on kind of what I expected of him and what other college football fans expected of him. But he had a really good game on Sunday against Notre Dame. So I think that's a good one. The good thing is we had plenty to choose from. Like Brandon from Paris, he's texting in. He doesn't know if he thinks it was the best game, but he sure did enjoy. Or he says the worst game was the North Carolina TCU.
Oh, yeah.
It was rough watching UNC play. It looked like a Chad Morris coach team. Jordan from Green Forest really enjoyed the Texas-Ohio State game because he loved seeing Texas lose. And then Florida State was Ryan and Prairie Grove's pick just because of the ass beating that they put on Alabama. So he agrees with you on that.
A guy from Harrison asked a great question. So where is the real Death Valley now? Is it in Baton Rouge?
It's been in Baton Rouge. It's never going to be outside of Baton Rouge. Clemson's got a great atmosphere, a great game day setup. But in terms of hostile environments, the one in Baton Rouge is different than the one in Clemson, South Carolina. It's not the same.
All right, that's your Morning Rush Daily Question. It's brought to you by our good friends at CartPath Social.
Yes, Christian, Nate, great place where you can start watching NFL this weekend. You can always watch college football there. I know they're really excited about the college football and the NFL season, and, of course, Arkansas football. You can stop by 122 Grant Place in Lowell, right across from Atwoods. It's really convenient for people, whether in Rogers, Bentonville, Bella Vista, or if you're in Fayetteville, Springdale, Johnson. It's kind of right between the middle. So if you're looking for a great place to hold a team event, a great place to just have fun on a weekend, maybe a longer lunch, it's the #1 indoor golf facility in Arkansas. It's Cart Pass Social. Always BYOB at Cart Pass Social.
Let me tell you what I did Saturday. We got an early tee time, played early to get done, pretty much as the Texas game was starting. And then I went over to, y'all tried the smoked brisket queso at Arts yet? I went over to Arts, got a couple racks of ribs and some chickens. It's got some smoked half chickens, but then got some of that smoked brisket queso we've been talking about just because I wanted to try it out. Dude, that stuff is fire. So if you're thinking about what you want to do for your next game day, I'm telling you, that smoked brisket queso, and they had a pretty good, half their tables full watching football in there. They were all, looked like a lot of bowls of that coming out, so you can get it there, but they bagged me up you remember the old paper, you don't get a lot of paper grocery bags at the store anymore. You know what I'm talking about, Ty? They filled one of those up pretty much with chips and then a couple quarts or whatever, that smoked brisket queso, and it was good. It had a little kick to it as well. So if you're trying to figure out the game day menu, Arts Barbecue smoked brisket queso for this Saturday versus A-State. Had jalapenos in it, that smoked flavor. It was good. So try that out. Arts Barbecue, Rogers Avenue, 2 doors east of Lowe's in Fort Smith.
We'll get to some more text here coming up on the Lewis Automotive Group hotline. First, Dale is up. He is in Lavaca holding the Golden Arrows. Dale, what's on your mind this morning?
Hey, you talk about the games that I enjoyed the most. I really love that Florida State Alabama game, and the best part about it is getting on Twitter and seeing all those Alabama fans just crying and whining. it does my heart good. They're all them years of saving, beating up on everybody. Their time has come. They're going to be crying and whining. But I tell you what, you know, Gus Malzahn is an offensive genius. Everywhere he's been, he has won. He started at Hughes High School.
Yep.
Okay, am I right, Tommy?
That was his first head coaching job. Yeah,
had to mow the field back in the day.
Now they don't even have a school there, I believe. They have a field. And they named the field after him, but I think it's all gone now.
Well, you can't get it. You can't get success any more honest than the way he has. And, I'm like you. I don't like when we play against him, but he has got Alabama's number. And my question to you is, you've been around a long time and everything, but why is it that Arkansas misses out on so many good coaches? And not just now, but in the past. Jimmy Johnson was at the Touchdown Club. What a motivator. I listened to some of the excerpts from him. Jimmy Johnson, Butch Davis. I know you don't like him, Ty, but Dirkowitz, Dinkiewicz. I mean,
Drinkowitz, yeah.
Bad as you hate him, you got to give him credit, but he's an Arkansas guy. Why do all these Arkansas coaches never coach in Arkansas?
Give some of these guys enough credit to realize that coaching at home's not all it's cracked up to be. Ask Houston Nutt. It took a long time for him to kind of wander around at Ole Miss and be on TV before he's kind of found his way home and he's back in the good graces. Coaching at home is not. It rarely ends well. It just rarely does. For these guys. So I mean, and Houston Nutt had a great 10 years here in total, but it didn't end well. And sometimes you want to be able to go back home and retire at home. And I think some of these guys are smart enough to know to stay away.
And in terms of Malzahn, I think Malzahn's now beaten Alabama 5 times in his coaching career. I guess 6 if you want to count when he was an OC here at Arkansas. But think about Arkansas State. You think about now is where he's at Florida State. Obviously had success at Auburn, had success as the OC at Tulsa. So he's offensively, now there's been some other things that I know he's like to shore up as a coach, but you're right on that. I always give credit to Drinkwitz. I hate the guy because he beats us every year. He's a hell of a football coach, and I commend him for his scheduling philosophy each and every time we talk about it. So It sucks that you get beat by Arkansas guys every once in a while. You got an AD in Oxford, Mississippi that's an Arkansan, and he's a whale of an AD, Keith Carter. So you wish all these guys could stay home. But, again, there's only one head coaching job.
Right.
There's only one AD job. We got to remember that. And let's not
he didn't throw Lashley into the conversation, but there's another one. Dow Loggins is another name you could throw into that onto that list.
They covered this weekend. Obviously, Barry Lundy and Champaign.
Yeah, that's another one.
There's one, but
he hadn't been a head coach yet, but he was close to being Arkansas's head coach.
There's one head coaching job at the U of A, and let's not forget what Coach Ken Hatfield did in that time period. And I know that
and they still ran him off.
And the Jimmy Johnson there was the Holtz dynamic, and then I know there was the other dynamic with that in Coach.
Question is, should he have gotten the job when they hired Hatfield? That Holtz was the right call. He'll even tell you that. He mentioned that in Little Rock. But I think when Frank did not hire him, when he passed him over for Ken Hatfield, is when the rub really set in. So.
Well, you got we mentioned Arkansas State. You obviously got the game this weekend. We'll get to some more of Sam Pittman's comments. He had another presser yesterday about this upcoming game. But as far as reaction to the 52-7 win over Alabama A&M, there's things you like, there's things you dislike. I was a little surprised at the amount of hits Talon took. I know Sam Pittman addressed that. Got to be honest, I disagree with him. Get out of bounds, get down. Yeah. If he's lost, the season's over. Just going to be honest about that.
Well, that's true for a lot of teams.
Yeah. And
we'll tell you, if Nussmeier gets hurt, LSU season's over. There's a lot of teams that could say that.
That is not just applies to a lot more teams outside of the one here that we talk about on a daily basis in Fayetteville. But we got more reaction to get into an hour or two.
Did you buy raffle tickets this weekend? Either of you buy raffle tickets?
I did not. I saw that.
Pretty good jackpot.
Yeah, what did it get up to? 90,000, 92?
Quite a bit. Hey, the raffle's a new and exciting way to support Razorback athletics, and whether you're inside the stadium or anywhere in the great state of Arkansas, it's open to anyone 18 years or older, anywhere within the state of Arkansas. The winner of the 50-50 jackpot is announced on home football games during the fourth quarter. You can support student athletes and get your raffle ticket purchased to have a chance to win. You can do it right now at RazorbackRaffle.com.
Also in hour number 2, we're going to hear excuses Brian and Ozark's going to make after a 14-7 loss in Columbus this weekend. I'll remind everyone, Brian told us on these airwaves, Texas would demolish the Buckeyes.
Yeah, he's on hold now. We'll see if he has the guts to stay there.
At the Bet Saracen Sportsbook app, we realize lots of you have thought about opening an account, but you just haven't made that move yet. Well, now's the time with our new player offer. It's easy. You just sign up, use the code WELCOME, deposit at least $25, place a $25 bet, and that's it. Once that bet settles, you'll have $125 in free bets ready to go. Bet Saracen, the most popular sportsbook app in the state. Download it today on all your devices. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Protect what matters most with the Fence Man. From heavy-duty security fencing to powered automatic gates, the Fence Man's got Fort Smith covered. The Fence Man has served the Fort Smith area for over 40 years. Custom built and built to last. Free quotes, financing for 18 months. When it comes to security fencing, nobody builds it better than the Fence Man. Call 479-782-3936 or visit thefencemanAR.com. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work.
On a cattle ranch, calves aren't only raised by their mother. They're raised by a community of farmers, ranchers, and veterinarians committed to giving them the healthiest, most comfortable life possible. Because for cattle farmers, ranchers, and the moms of those baby calves, animal welfare is the top priority. Together, we bring more. Beef. It's What's for Dinner. Funded by beef farmers and ranchers. Courtesy of beefitswhatsfordinner.com. Tom Murphy is brought to you by the Arkansas Beef Council. Beef. It's What's for Dinner.
Hey, this is Chad Warner, product manager for Booyah Bait Company in Fort Smith, Arkansas. The hottest swim jig on the Arkansas River right now is the Booyah Mobster. It was designed by the Muddy Water Mob, a bunch of river rats from Arkansas and Oklahoma, and it's winning tournaments on Dardanelle and Kerr like clockwork. If you're fishing submerged vegetation, water willow, lily pads, you need a Booyah Mobster to reel them in. Available at lurenet.com and tackle stores throughout Arkansas and Oklahoma. The Booyah Mobster.
This is the Morning Rush.
Budweiser, the American lager. Time-honored recipe, true to our original process, brewed using the choicest hops, rice, and best barley malt, delivering great quality beer since 1876. Budweiser. This Bud's for you. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2024 Anheuser-Busch Budweiser Lager Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Who can you trust to sell your home for the most money with the least amount of drama? You need a team of agents with decades of experience, commitment, and of course, tens of thousands in marketing. I'm talking about the Limbird team. Tara Limbird Real Estate Group has sold over $1 billion in real estate. Tara's team could give you a cash offer in 72 hours, or use Tara's high-octane marketing to sell your home quite possibly for thousands over asking. Find out more at limbirdteam.com. LIMBIRD.
Did you get us switched over to shelter insurance?
Actually, I found a deal online.
You did. Does your deal come with award-winning customer service?
Oh, I'm not sure.
Does the deal include a local agent?
Doesn't actually say.
Can we create a customized plan that fits our needs? Let's just call the local shelter agent.
For insurance that fits just right, find a shelter agent near you.
See Agent Jeff Clark in Fort Smith or Agent Brad Howe in Van Buren.
When you need tough and paint just isn't enough, check out River City Coatings in Van Buren. When it comes to your metals, paint can peel and crack over time. Whether it's your patio furniture, rims or trims on your automobile, or heavy equipment, no one has time for a redo. Powder coating provides the toughness you need. Preserve your investment with powder coating from River City Coatings. River City Coatings, certified John Deere, Caterpillar, ISO 9001, Packer, and UL provider of tough. River City Coatings, 471-7675 or online at rivercitycoatings.com.
Hey, Hog fans, if you can't be at the game, the next best seat in the house is at Sofa City. They've got this new leather reclining set with heat, massage, surround sound, and even vibration, so you can feel like you're in the middle of all the action. And if you're looking for deals, they've got them. Recliners start at just $298, or you can upgrade your set with a power reclining sofa for only $998. It's all in stock, so you can buy it today and enjoy it tonight. Visit Sofa City near you, Portsmouth, Russellville, Harrison, and Mountain Home. Or see more at sofacityusa.com.
Dad, the driver looks dirty. Ew, yucky, Daddy.
Hey, don't worry, boys. That's what we do best. At My Junior's Mo Wash, we make homes, businesses, and even big industrial spaces shine like new.
So you can clean houses and big buildings?
That's right. Residential, commercial, or industrial. No job's too big or too small. Call Mike Junior's Mo Wash today at 479-763-5561 or visit mjmowash.com.
My Junior's Mobile Wash. One call cleans it all.
You've heard the phrase, all hat, no cattle. Well, Whataburger's new Bacon Wrangler Double is anything but. It's got beef that's never from the freezer, always hot off the grill. Monterey Jack and American cheese, bacon, crispy onions, chipotle aioli, and pickles. You might even say it's all cattle and a hat. A 5-inch bun hat, cowboy. Introducing the new Whataburger Bacon Wrangler Double for a limited time. What a burger.
ESPN Arkansas weather.
For today, a chance of seeing some scattered showers and thunderstorms, especially as we head towards the afternoon. Our high temperatures today in the low to mid 80s. Isolated showers and storms tonight, the night low in the low to mid 60s. And a slight chance of showers and storms across the south on Wednesday. I'm Sally Russell with your forecast on ESPN Arkansas.
The weather is brought to you by Forest Grain Incorporated, committed to setting the standard of excellence since 1936. You're listening to ESPN 95.3, KERX Paris Fort Smith.
I'm sorry, I shouldn't be a smart aleck like that.
Green gets the snap. Blitz is coming. Nobody picked him up. Taylor's got to run to his right. Fires it to Brown. CJ caught it at the 10. Gets into the end zone for a touchdown. What a throw by Green on the run. What a catch.
You know, I felt like my performance was good, but I made a lot of mistakes. Coach Petrino holds me to a high standard, and the standard is perfection. Until I'm perfect, there's some things I can get better on.
This one is in the books. Arkansas is 1-0.
Thought it was a clean game for us. Defensively, I don't think we had any PI, personal foul penalties, and those are always good not to have.
I mean, I'm glad they won this stupid thing. When it got 7-7, I started worrying.
Live from the Busch Light Studios, this is The Morning Rush with Ty Richardson and Tommy Kraft.
I was a little uneasy, like Big Mind Glenn Waldron was on Saturday when they tied it up 7-7, and Alabama A&M's offense was cutting through your defense relatively easily. After that, They didn't really do much. In fact, they didn't score, and Arkansas ultimately wins 52-7. So offensively, Taylor Green throws a career-high 6 touchdown passes, spreads the wealth. A lot of guys have their first debuts as an Arkansas Razorback, and now we move on to Little Rock for game number 2. And we've got someone waiting for us here on the Lewis Automotive Group hotline to get to.
We'll get to Brian in just a second. We'll get to some style and swagger brought to you by Walker Brothers in Fayetteville, Rogers, and also in Little Rock as well. So at Bowman's Fine Men's Clothing. So we'll get to all of that coming up inside this hour. It's Taco Tuesday at Joe's Grill and Cantina. So get by for a celebratory taco today. Dollar beef and chicken tacos all day long. Don't forget them on game days, half-price apps and taps. During the Arkansas game, they had a big crowd there Saturday for a full day of football. But half-price apps and taps when you wear your hog gear this Saturday for Arkansas and Arkansas State beginning at 4. TVs all around the restaurant, so don't miss the fun. Celebrate with Razorback fans. It's all at Joe's Grill and Cantina, 3400 South 74th Street across from Harps.
Manning, he'll throw it this time.
Figured you'd want to hear that again, Brian. 14-7 loss. Now, correct me if I'm wrong.
What happened, Brian?
Yeah, what did happen, man?
What happened?
Hello?
Yeah, hello. Hello. What happened?
Sleep at the wheel like your offense was on Saturday.
Hello?
I can hear you. So, check it out. You know, I'll agree. Texas, Arch Manning had a very crappy game.
They sucked. Just say it. Texas sucked.
Okay. I'm not going to ever say Texas sucked. When you can beat somebody like Ohio State, then I might say that. But anyways, this is the deal, man. Texas still outplayed Ohio State on everything but the scoreboard.
Oh, my God.
That's your takeaway from Saturday,
Wow.
Brian.
You had an extra day this weekend, and that's what you come in here with?
Arch was 56 completion rate.
What are you talking about? Did you watch the game?
Texas had 150 yards more offense than Ohio State did. They went down, and they were on the goal line, and they didn't score on 4th down twice. You know, so to be in this situation, I agree, Arch sucked in the game. I'm not denying that a bit. But, I mean, the grass is greener. It's coming. I will still say this. Texas has a better season than Arkansas.
Well, they should.
Well,
they should.
It's the first AP
That's right.
number 1 team to lose their season opener since 1990, I believe. 34 years, Brian.
Congratulations.
Any quarterback that says they haven't had a crappy game like that's a lie.
What
you know, I'm not upset.
What you should be touting is that Texas defense. Because that Texas defense is for real. That's going to be the one thing that might save the season. It might save the season for Texas.
I can't wait to see how many players that defense ends their career. You know, because they're that good.
You could, of all ways to go.
Rooting for injuries, just like a Texas fan.
Root for injuries,
Yeah.
Brian. I don't root for Arch to get injured.
Arch ain't getting injured.
Okay. I assume you call on, like, recant what you said last week and make, you know what? You're right. We got a long way to go. But
We
instead,
wanted
you
Talon
just
to
went,
get hurt last year.
Yeah, instead, well, like, just admit maybe Texas isn't as good. I want you to say it with me. Maybe Texas isn't as good as I thought they were.
It does not hurt them a bit to lose that game.
Brian, that was not the attitude you had last week. You said, and I quote, we are going to go into Columbus and beat the crap out of Ohio State. I'm paraphrasing, but
I'm
it's
still
not at all.
saying that Texas is a better team than Ohio State. They played like crap on the offense side. Their defense will win games, and that's what a championship team does. You got to have a great defense. They've got that.
They do. I'll give you that. But they didn't play with any style or swagger at all this weekend. Offensively, they looked anemic. You mentioned the 4th down woes that they had, especially in the red zone. A lot of issues for Texas offensively. We'll see if they get short of. I saw a lot of quarterback gurus like, man, his mechanics look awful. Now that's not to say they can't figure it out. And we got to give credit to Ohio State. That's the defending national champion. You're in the horseshoe, which is one of the most tough, imposing venues in college football. And Matt Patricia, whether it's the NFL or college, he's an unbelievable defensive coordinator.
Well, I was watching guess it was the Sunday game. I guess it was halftime at the Notre Dame. Who was on there with Booger McFarland doing the studio show? He had a breakdown that I thought was just brilliant about the different looks and the change of, he called it the picture change. They changed the picture on man. They showed one thing pre-snap, and he really did a great job of breaking down what Ohio State did. I don't know if he had white shoes on with the suit, which drives me nuts. But anyway, I can't remember who was on there with him, but did a great job of just showing, hey, here's what Matt Patricia and Ohio State's defense did and why Arch Manning made poor decisions, because they would show one look and then they basically would have three defenders to cover one receiver in a zone, and it really looked like they had his number because they showed him one look, was able to disguise it, and then when it was time to throw the football, nobody was open. And that's what we saw, time after time after time. And Arch had his problems with plenty of protection. I mean, if you watch the game, Arch he wasn't like making bad throws because he was running for his life. That wasn't the case. I thought they protected him well, just the throw. I mean, when he did make a throw, the throws were off. Mm-hmm. And then finally, late in the game, he got a little stride, got a little confidence down the stretch, but it was a little too late.
Yep. So they didn't play. Texas did not play with any style or swagger. I was going to put them on my neither category, but I've got something else in mind. So let's get into our style and swagger from the weekend, brought to you by Walker Brothers.
Because if you look good, you feel good. If you feel good, you perform good. If you perform good, what comes next?
That guy is Mitch. He's got style. You gotta know how to style. Woo! Profile.
Yeah, the swagger's back. It's time for Style and Swagger, presented by Walker Brothers. Fine menswear and trusted service. Because when you look good, you feel good. And when you feel good, you play good. Your life, your style, your store.
All right, I got to start with going out in style, and that's a credit to Lee Corso and the success he had this week.
Let's see, who you got for the Superdog?
Oh, Florida State gets 13.5 points. Watch out, boy. Thanks to transfer pro, and Bros have a new team and two new coordinators. So Florida State is my school, and this is my last Superdog break. So Florida State upsets Alabama. Wow.
6 for 6 in his final college game day. Wow. If you would have bet on the Corso parlay, it was plus nearly 19,000. One guy bet $10. He won nearly $2,000. So go out and style Lee Corso. He deserves my style from the week.
And some style points for Kirk Herbstreit, who has just done a Suns-like job.
Yeah.
Of taking care of Lee Corso on the air and just loving on him. And you can tell there was different video clips you could watch on social media from the weekend. Give credit to Kirk Herbstreit, the way he has loved and cared for Lee Corso in the sunset of his career. Tells you the kind of heart and the kind of person he really is.
Do you think he's going to be around football, like still go to games or stuff like that, Lee Corso, or is he pretty much...
I think he's going to stay put and watch.
I think his health is a real challenge.
You could tell in that clip there it's declining.
Yeah.
But
for his age,
he's 90.
Yeah, I mean, to be 90 and still to be able to do the things he's done. I know the last 2 or 3 years have not been fun. Let's enjoy him while he's still here. But what a way to go out! And was there any doubt? Was there ever a doubt that Ohio State would be the headgear pick there on the final show?
I liked how they had the cake. Some restaurant made a full Brutus Buckeye cake on Saturday. So I thought that was they did a bang up job. And you mentioned Herbstreit. And how about, did you see? I don't know if this was factual or someone just pulled it. That Southwest Airlines announced.
Yeah.
Did you see that?
No.
He didn't fly private.
Oh, okay. I did. I thought that was a joke. But
we talked about it yesterday.
Clearly he did. He flew commercial. Yeah, I saw
in his
that.
final College Game Day edition, and I just thought that was.
He lives in Florida, doesn't he?
I couldn't tell you. I know Herbie lives in Nashville, but I don't know where Corso does.
I think he lives in Florida. So, but he got to Columbus, Ohio, and he had a little style too. He looked like he'd been to Walker Brothers. He had a nice tuxedo on for the final show. Had the crisp bow tie, so he had a little style and swagger as well. Let's go to the LSU Clemson game. I thought LSU played with a lot of style. Clearly, I think planted the flag for the SEC as the league's best team, and LSU defeated Clemson.
He's looking that way, lobs into the end zone, jump ball, easy pitch and catch.
Is Brian Kelly gets over the hump of winning that early season game that he stubbed his toe on before, Notre Dame against Florida State, who ironically won this weekend over Bama. We've mentioned that several times. Is LSU for real, guys? Is LSU going to be a team that could win the SEC title?
Yeah, absolutely. I picked him to win the SEC title before the season, picked him to win the national championship. All Kelly had to do was figure out his defense, and it looked like from game one, like you there's things you can overestimate or like make too much big deal out of game one. But when you go into that environment against one of the best quarterbacks in college football and you limit that offense to 10 points,
yeah,
and they have one of the best wide receiver cores in the country, that you can make blanket statements about the season ahead for LSU. So I think they're going to hit the easiest bet in the offseason was the LSU over, which was 9. It was 8.5. That's easy. That's the team that's going to win the SEC championship and ultimately go on to win the national championship, assuming Nussmeier stays healthy.
We played this clip earlier, but how about a little swagger from C.J. Daniels? One-handed catch falling down into the end zone as Miami gets the go-ahead score and gets the win in the rain in Miami.
Under pressure off his back. C.J. Daniels, tremendous one-handed catch.
Really, that
Unbelievable. Maybe the play of the year in week one.
Week one, yeah. Really, all the college
Holy
football
moly,
games,
was that good?
I felt like lived up to the weekend. So that was just.
But did you see a better individual moment, a better individual play than that one this weekend?
I'd be hard pressed to find one.
That was as good as I'd say. I mean, there's few plays that will get me to rise from my chair and walk closer to the TV, but that was one of them where I leaped out of my chair, and what did I just see? That was some swagger from the weekend.
My swagger from the weekend was Omega Blake.
Something's brewing between Taylon Green and Omega Blake.
He goes for over 100 yards in his Razorback debut and a touchdown. Thought he was going to be the number one wide receiver target. Don't know if I'm going to be proven right the rest of the remaining 11 games, but it sure looks like he's on the right track. I think one of the other elements that he and some of the others, like the yards after catch. I heard Ronnie Fouch, Bobby Petrino, Taylon, all the wide receivers kept harping. Yards after catch, yards after catch, yards after catch. I don't know if I have this in the stat sheet in front of me, but Arkansas, I mean, they broke a lot of tackles. And I know it's against a lesser opponent. I know it's A&M, but at least one of the elements two of the elements, the no turnovers, which they didn't have on offense, they didn't necessarily force a ton on defense, and the yards after catch, I at least saw that in play this past Saturday, which I was encouraged by. So Omega Blake, definitely my swagger from the weekend.
All right, that's style and swagger. What brought to you by Walker Brothers. I was looking at a lot of tailgate pictures from the weekend, and you could tell who kind of had the it factor. Those that had been by and seen the crew at Walker Brothers and were sharply dressed for game day. I mean, it looked like they kind of had it going on. Kind of like we were talking about Lee Corso. You know, he looked sharp, had the tuxedo on, and was dressed well. Even on game days, true style is never an accident. It's intentional. It's refined, and it's unmistakable. And Walker Brothers in Fayetteville and Rogers, in Bowman's and Little Rock, every jacket, shirt, shoe, and even game day shirt is selected for men who understand the power of a good impression. So from big meetings to special occasions to looking great at the game itself, Walker Brothers ensures that you arrive with a quiet confidence and a respected presence. That it factor, you got to have it. You know what they always say, if you look good, you feel good. If you feel good, you play good. Walker Brothers and Bowman's Fines Men Clothing. Your life, your style, your store.
We need to go play golf with Matt and Thomas at some point in time.
Oh.
They're both golfers. We need to figure that out, Tommy. I know we got both busy schedules with everything else. All right,
big time for that.
So back to the Arkansas game. I've jotted plenty of notes down. If you've got some thoughts from it, you can jump in here. Lewis Automotive Group hotline 877-377-6963. One guy we haven't mentioned the first hour and 15 minutes of the show is Scott Starzik.
The Hogs have found him a kicker.
So how about as a true freshman? Like it's going to be about a 43-yarder. Then Taylor takes that 10-yard sack, and that backs him up to 35. Obviously, you got 7 or 8 yards, and it's 43. Add 10 yards to that, 53. True freshman in his first game as a Hog. Nails. And, I mean, that thing was good by what, another 5 or 10 yards?
I always struggle to know how much, but it cleared the pipe by plenty.
Pretty easily. And I know, highly decorated.
It didn't even touch the crossbar. I mean, it didn't eke its way in.
Yeah, so highly decorated kid coming out of high school. Devin Bale has that onside kick recovery. He had some good punts.
That had to be an accident, right? They were just trying to squib that. It hit us. Just line drived into a foot. That was an accident.
I don't
Need
think
to try it more often.
Yeah, I don't think that was.
I don't think you could do that.
I don't think that was intentional. What was it? Was it Bates that
I
had?
don't know if it's good luck or bad luck. I guess it's good luck, but it was a poor kick that worked. The result ended up good.
I think Bates had that onside recovery against Alabama a couple years back.
That was not a called onside kick.
Yeah, no, it wasn't. But I think you could have helped Cam Shanks out a little bit and block for him better. Like, you didn't really give him a chance to show why he was an All-American last year. But if Arkansas is going to win games, they've got to be better in special teams than they were last year. And I know I was really encouraged by first chance. And listen, you're at home. I don't remember what the score was at that point in time, but the game's in hand. But still to nail a 53 yards, straight through the pipes. That's going to be something.
7-7.
Yeah. So it was 10-7 at that point. So that's going to be encouraging for me if they're in Oxford, in some of these other SEC atmospheres where you're maybe on the fence about kicking it. And he drilled that thing.
Well, and while we're talking kicking, 6 of the 9 kickoffs for the Razorbacks resulted in touchbacks. I come back to the old phrase: a touchback's never been returned for a touchdown. The more you can make that other team go 75 yards, the better off you're going to be in this league. So hopefully Arkansas can improve even on 6 of 9 and put it into the end zone each and every time they want it. Sometimes you don't want that. You feel like you have a coverage advantage, but I'm happy to see that Arkansas, with 2 different kickers, Devin Bale did it on 4 occasions. Blake Ford did it twice. 9 total kickoffs, and Arkansas forced a touchback on 6 of them.
I know there were some things that you liked, maybe some special teams, then some things that you disliked. I know Sam Pittman wasn't a fan of how his defense played initially.
It was a good win. We started off slow defensively. Certainly had some mental errors there that they had a good game plan coming in, but we had some mental errors, some gap problems in the run, and then turned the tight end loose a couple times. We got it fixed after he got open one more time on us. We got it fixed and then played pretty good defense the rest of the day.
Alabama A&M scores their opening drive in less than 7 minutes, really worked your defense up and down the field, that initial spot. And then defensively, you settled in a little bit. Cam Ball had a big tackle for loss at some point in the game, and they started to be more of what the SEC defense is supposed to be against a lesser opponent in Alabama A&M. But you didn't get a lot of pressure, which is a concern. You didn't just dominate them, I felt like, in some of their plays and packages post that game. And it's hard because you're going back and forth. You gave up 7 points, but at the same time, it's like the defense could have been better. Where do you go on this? Because I still think they're going to have to outscore opponents this fall, and my thought did not really change after Saturday.
I'm not. We're not writing anything in the concrete here. This isn't wet concrete. We're going to put this write it in stone here, based on what happened against Alabama A&M. Another thing I saw Saturday, and this got pointed out a few different places, but Fernando Carmona Jr. didn't have his best of games at left guard. And hopefully whatever the issues were there, I don't know if it's matchup or the movement that Alabama A&M had, that's got to get shored up. I know he went out for a little bit, came back. I don't know if it's injury related, but I didn't think the left side had the dominating performance on that offensive line like you were expecting to be. That's supposed to be the strong side of your offensive line. Didn't think it was necessarily at midseason form by any stretch on Saturday.
The scariest part of that game was when he did go down. I'm going to be honest, I wasn't necessarily tuned in to 100% what the offensive line was doing play in, play out. I think that Sam Pittman
that was the weaker. When you just watched the game, you could tell that's where the pressure was coming from.
You felt like it was more the left side than
no question
than the right. I
didn't think they were spying.
Carmona had a great. Yeah, I didn't think Carmona had a great game.
They would send a guy like full speed every play, just spine tailing. So
you had a situation I felt like on Saturday, and I don't know, you get yourself in trouble when you try to diagnose, well, it was Taylon's fault for not calling the protection, or it was the offensive line's fault for not picking up this. I know Sam Pittman did say Mike Washington miss a pass block, which resulted in a sack. It's hard to know who screwed up when you don't know the assignments for each individual player, or if Taylon was supposed to do this and Taylon was supposed to do that. I do think it was interesting that they were able, like Christian, you pointed out, they were able to get some pressure on Arkansas. And you have to go back because he ended up only giving up 2 sacks. They were sending a lot Like a lot of times they were in zero blitz, where they basically just sent everyone, with the exception of the guys that were covering the receivers and the tight end. So I mean,
well, good thing the SEC has a rule you can't run that kind of defense, right? We'll never see that again.
No, but what I'm saying is, like, you go back and forth. It's like it's coming versus you're trying to balance out like what you took away. And I'll give Sam Shea credit. Like, he went for it. And at a certain point in the first quarter, you thought, man, this might be a game. It ultimately ended up not being that way. But it's not like they just laid back and let Arkansas come to them. Yeah. They went after it.
Brought to you by Mock Legal Solutions, a location in Fort Smith and in Salisal, licensed in Arkansas and in Oklahoma. We're going to be live the day before the Notre Dame game at Mock Legal Solutions. So if you've got questions between now and then about a family law matter, a custody issue, someone owes you money and they won't pay, that's what you're going to get is help with these types of conflicts in your life when it comes to to legal matters that you need a professional. And that's where Jackie steps in and makes it work. Maybe it's trying to avoid a conflict, so it's estate planning. It's getting all your kind of final documents in line. They can help you with that as well. 479-769-1505, 769-1505, or go to mocklegalsolutions.com.
All right, when we come back, SEC update, plenty of action from the weekend within the conference. Thankfully, LSU got it done against Clemson. Otherwise, this would have been a terrible weekend for the SEC. Stay with us. It's the Morning Rush.
Call or text the Lewis Automotive Group hotline, 877-377-6963. Thanks for watching us here on ESPN Arkansas. Download the brand new Hit That Line Now app in the Apple and Google Play stores. ESPN Arkansas, more than just radio stations.
Tommy Kraft here. When it came time for new gates and some fence repairs at my home, the Fence Man was my first call. The Fence Man does it all, from large commercial jobs to small residential repairs. Wood privacy fence, vinyl fence, commercial or residential chain link, even custom wrought iron fencing. 479-782-3936. 18 months, same as cash financing with approved credit is now available. If it involves fencing, the Fence Man does it. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work. 479-782-3936.
It's a dandy white perch. Big old slab. C'est bon, sacale.
One beautiful crappie.
It's a paper mouth. Some serious crappie. Nice speck.
We got crappie.
They might go by different names, but all prefer the same thing. Bobby Garland, America's favorite white perch, slab, sockeye, papermouth, crappie, speck, crappie baits.
I call it dinner.
Lewis Automotive has been serving Northwest Arkansas for over 75 years and just getting started.
Our knowledgeable sales team is here to find you the perfect vehicle to fit not only your lifestyle, but also your budget.
Our factory-trained service technicians keep your vehicle running at optimal level.
And if you're looking for genuine parts and accessories, our team has exactly what you need.
Relax in our comfortable lounge, and when your car's ready, we'll return it to you spotless.
Thank you for being a part of our story.
Come see us at Lewis Automotive Group, where you're more than a customer, you're family.
Does your Razorback closet need an upgrade? The University of Arkansas Game Day Collection is what you're looking for, only at Roback.com. They've custom designed the best hoodies, polos, and Q-zips for your school. Go check out this and more at Roback.com, and don't forget to use our link for 20% off. Use code RUSH25 at checkout on Roback.com for 20% off your first order. That's RHOBACK.com. 20% off all hoodies, joggers, and more with Rush 25. Roback, where action meets comfort.
Get 20% off on your first order with the code RUSH25.
You don't always win your first bet. That's why MyBookie has you covered. Use our code HOGS, H-O-G-S, and your first bet up to $500 is fully covered. If your pick doesn't hit, you get it right back with our Bet Back bonus. Go to mybookie.ag and use the code HOGS to claim your Bet Back bonus. MyBookie's, where bettors win together, because bragging's good, but cashing in is better. And your first bet is fully covered. Use our code HOGS.
Got a little jingle.
Dad, the driver looks dirty. You yucky, Daddy.
Hey, don't worry, boys. That's what we do best. At My Dreams Mo Wash, we make homes, businesses, and even big industrial spaces shine like new.
So you can clean houses and big buildings?
That's right. Residential, commercial, or industrial. No job's too big or too small. Call My Dreams Mo Wash today at 479-763-5561 or visit mjmowash.com.
My Junior's Mobile Wash. One call cleans it all.
Arkansas Fuel Injection, 6300 South 29th Street, Fort Smith. Call them today at 1-800-817-7709. Arkansas Fuel Injection.
The paint store in Van Buren is still the place to go to when doing the job right really matters. Our unique line of Richards paint products was chosen by me to perform for you. This is Sue, and my 35 years of experience ensures you get the right paint and the right color. That's important to you and me. Thank you for your support. Come see what I'm talking about. 1414 Fayetteville Road, the paint store, Van Buren.
Do you love cooking and being a part of a great team? Hey, it's Ty Richardson, and I was talking to Linda Newmeyer the other day. Papa's Pub and Pizzeria, Newmeyer's Rib Room, and Newmeyer's Whippoorwill are hiring kitchen staff. Stop by any of the 3 restaurants in downtown Fort Smith. I used to work at a pizza place back in the day. Maybe I'd give it a shot. Papa's Pub and Pizzeria, the Whippoorwill, and Rib Room. Apply today and join the Newmeyer family.
You're hired. Come back tomorrow at noon for training.
Are you looking for a great deal on a previously owned vehicle but want to avoid high-pressure sales? If so, you need to visit Edwards Auto Sales in Roland. For over 30 years, Ernie Edwards and his staff have helped folks from Arkansas and Oklahoma River Valley buy a quality vehicle and offer a buy here, pay here program as part of their services. Some restrictions may apply. Come visit Edwards Auto Center newly remodeled facility, 3 miles west of the Garrison Bridge, the first car dealer on your right, or log on at edwardsautosalesinc.com.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
The SEC is the best conference in America.
The tough will survive in this game, and I feel like the SEC is the toughest.
Arkansas is the SEC champion. You know, every game is a dogfight.
About the tough there is. Week in and week out, you're going to play some of the best, the biggest, the fastest.
The Hawks of Friday holds the first SEC tournament championship for Arkansas, where opponents' dreams come to die.
This is your SEC update on the Morning Rush.
I just got my ass run over by the Gus bus. The freaking Gus bus just ran my ass over.
That was Alabama legend. That's what he goes by. Big fan of the Crimson Tide. Disappointed with his team's performance in the Doak at Florida State this past weekend as the Crimson Tide go start their season 0-1. Kalen DeBoer yesterday.
You mentioned the great week before the game. Just how much do you self-scout the preparation before games, and are there times as a coach where maybe you notice during the week that things might not be going the way that you want them to?
You said, what do you mean, great week?
A great week. You said a great week of prepreparation.
For this week, you're saying? Or you referring to last
going
week?
Up to Florida State before that game.
I said that?
You said that, yeah, before.
Oh, just
yeah.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, when I saw that, I'm like, Saban's got to be hanging his head in shame somewhere. But now the questions and the shadow of the legend, is casting so long over Kalen DeBoer. Great. I mean, the conversation yesterday, Paul Feinbaum was on all the big national shows yesterday. Stephen A. He was on Get Up, all of the shows. Because what's the question right now? Is Saban going to come out of retirement and take back over the Alabama program? It's really a dumb question. It's a media-driven narrative. That's not reality. And but guess what? In the living rooms and the homes and the coffee shops and barbershops in Alabama, that's exactly what they're praying for right now.
And it's just fun to watch this dynasty crumble in front of our eyes because they held a grip on the SEC for so long. Do I think they're going to lose another non-conference game before SEC play at the likes of, let's say, Wisconsin in 2 weeks? No. But I don't think there's any chance they go to Georgia and win that game in week 5, which is the...
You could see the gap.
Yeah.
You could see the gap between what they are versus what LSU is.
They might be worse than they were.
Will
last
we
year.
ever see anything close to what Nick
Good
Saban
point.
was again because of the way college football is?
But what other program is going to be? And the difference is what, guys? What's the difference now?
NIL the portal.
But no, what's the difference on the field?
Talent's about the same for a lot of teams.
I don't know what you're asking.
Depth.
Go ahead.
It's
Yeah,
depth.
okay.
Alabama used to have 3 5-stars at every position on the roster. Now they don't. And that's the difference because all those guys have went somewhere else to get the payday. Everything y'all said's correct, but the difference in the actual game and why Alabama isn't leaps and bounds ahead of everyone consistently, they don't have 42 5-stars on their roster anymore.
Right.
Saban's part of that because we in the era, his recruiting ability, and we saw it with Kirby, but even Kirby's had a bit of a fall off, right? Even Georgia's not what Georgia was 3 or 4 years ago, and it has leveled the playing field.
Mm-hmm. So, if you're an Alabama and Texas fan here on Tuesday morning, who is less discouraged by their team's loss this weekend? It feels like they could. Is it Texas?
It's got to be Texas.
You think it's Texas
On
just
the
because
road against their.
I just think my thought was, okay, Alabama is nowhere near going to be the same defensive team under DeBoer, but offensively they might be equal to or around that. And I know Ty Simpson really in his first game and everything else. I just, if you're going to be less defensively, you got to be the same or better than offensively, and I don't know if they're going to be that this team. So I would agree with you on that, Christian. I think it's Texas has a better chance to bounce back this season. Here's a stat. So Nick Saban coached 230 games at Alabama, had 4 losses to unranked teams during that time. DeBoer has the same amount after 14 games. And he's also 5-5 in his last 10 games. I don't know if this booster thing is real or not. For some Alabama booster apparently was talking about how the team is getting door dashed off at 1 or 1:30 in the morning. That wasn't happening under Nick Saban. But is it a situation
They've got money now
where you think if they went 8 games this fall, you think Greg Byrne pulls the trigger? I don't know what his buyout is.
Now listen, this was, and let me research this, but I was told it was $80 million.
They're not paying the buyout.
They're not paying the buyout.
Okay,
it's too much. $70 million, I think, is what I heard.
70. Is it 70 after this year? Maybe it's 80 going in. But yeah, because he's one of the top 5 coaches in college football as far as pay.
We got a text earlier here on the Lewis Automotive Group hotline. It's like, man, why can't we play Alabama this year? I still think that the Crimson Tide would probably get the best of you, but it would have been nice to play this Alabama team versus the other Nick Saban teams you had to compete against from 2007 to 2023. I would agree with you on that. Other SEC action this weekend: LSU defeats Clemson 17-10. We mentioned again Florida State downing Alabama.
Timeout.
Go ahead.
According to CBS Sports, I'll trust them. If Alabama coach Kalen DeBoer has one of the college football's largest buyouts this season at approximately $63 million following a multi-year contract he signed in January of 2024. So they're not paying $63 million to get rid of him right now.
No. Let's see. Other SEC action this weekend. Texas goes down like we were talking about. There's a lot of throwaway games. Georgia bash Marshall. Kentucky beat Toledo. Had a good game from their tandem running back duo. Ole Miss clobbered Georgia State. Mississippi State beat Southern Miss. Oklahoma. Material looked pretty good. That's the game that we were talking about earlier. The game of the weekend's in Norman. Michigan and Oklahoma. Bryce Underwood versus John Mateer. Week 2, kind of less, obviously, than what you had week 1, but that is easily the best game of college football. About 3 hours from us in Norman.
Yep, that'll be a fun one to watch. All right, any more in the SEC update?
Unless you have something.
Nope. All right, SEC update brought to you by WT Equipment. When it's hay season, there's no time to waste and no time for equipment that can't keep up. And particularly with the rain that we've had lately, we're going to maybe have another cutting here coming up soon. Hey, you need gear that works, and it needs to work as hard as you do. And that's why farmers trust WT Equipment and Vermeer Forage Tools. From mowers to balers, Vermeer Equipment is built tough to perform in the field and is backed by support you can count on. WT Equipment will help you find the right tools for the job and keep them running strong all season long. With 7 locations to serve you: Berryville, Springdale, Searcy, McGehee, Jonesboro, Pocahontas, and Rayville, Louisiana. There's the WT Equipment right down the road from you, and they're ready to help get the job done. Stop by your local WT Equipment today or find them online at WTEquip.com. Vermeer, because your hay doesn't wait.
One of the games I didn't mention in our SEC update was South Carolina, Virginia Tech, 24-11, the final Beamer ball at its finest. There was an interesting play that happened during the course of that game.
With Shane Beamer's lineage and special teams. Playing and coaching for his dad. That's a really good kick, though. Return. It's trying to make it. Once it's
Lenore Sellers didn't blow the doors off.
Pretty boring game until that point.
Yeah, against VTech, but as often under his dad Frank in Blacksburg at Virginia Tech, special teams was the difference, and it was for South Carolina this weekend.
Yeah, and the call on the punt return, there was a penalty prior to that, and the option is you could tack the 5 yards on to the end of the return. He said, no, I changed my mind. Back him up 5, let's re-kick, and then they house it.
They needed a spark, and they got it.
And the Beamer family's always been known for great special teams. If I'm Beamer, in that situation, unless I love the field position I got on the previous return, if I don't love it, back them up each time. I mean, they're known for being able to make things happen and flip the field with special teams. That was the backbreaker in that game against Virginia Tech.
And we were talking about Arkansas special teams this weekend, which I thought was pretty successful. What else stood out in the game? Did it change your opinion at all about this team after a 52-7 win? I'll tell you what, it was nice, and this is not necessarily in the game, but it's nice to see Sam actually running. He basically had to hobble during the running through the A last year, but
he didn't come down the A last year. He stepped out and then he ducked out of the line
and let the team go. But I thought that was just one of the things I jotted down. It's like, hey, he's got his hip back and he can actually get through the A this time, unlike last year.
Yeah, so that was fun. Hey, another week that we're going to be at the ESPN Experience at Walmart. Ruskin and Zach will be there Thursday. Closed today, but back at it tomorrow. ESPN is hosting Coach Jordan Weber for an exclusive fan meet and greet. That's going to happen this Thursday as part of the ESPN Experience at Walmart in Fayetteville. Come check out the Hall of Fame memorabilia, the official Sports Center desk, and be one of the first 150 people in line for your chance to meet Coach Jordan Weber. It's this Thursday from 6 to 7:30 at Walmart Store 359 in Fayetteville at 3919 Mall Avenue. This is a fun event. If you can't get in, go in and do your shopping, and then go in and, if nothing else, get your picture made at the Sports Center desk, see the memorabilia, get pictures with it as well. This event runs now through September the 29th and features additional fan meet and greets all month long. So hang out with ESPN and Sports Center at your local favorite Fayetteville Walmart at 3919 Mall Avenue in Fayetteville.
Talked a lot about the win over Alabama A&M. As far as the upcoming game against Arkansas State, it is sold out this weekend in Little Rock at War Memorial Stadium. About the pressure dynamics between the Razorbacks and the Red Wolves, here's what Coach Pittman had to say.
Well, I think certainly we're the ones with the pressure on us. I wouldn't think that they would have it. That's the reason I'm assuming it's the first time we've ever played, because most of the time it would be our decision whether to play that game or not. Certainly we have high respect for their program.
When I say that Arkansas has nothing to gain and everything to lose, is that an accurate statement? I'm still, and when the game was
win on the schedule.
I guess that. But when this game was scheduled, I said it then, I said it now. If you're looking at this from an Arkansas football program lens, and really the athletics department as a whole, to me there is nothing to gain about this upcoming matchup and everything to lose.
I don't often root for 100-0.
Yeah.
I don't think that's very sportsmanlike, but I hope Arkansas wins this game 100-0.
There's got to be a little bit of an edge, like Arkansas having something to prove as well.
Well, I and it's not because, hey, I want to punch down. I just want to end the talk of this series. All right,
once and for all.
There's a lot of
go
people
win this game 100-0, and let's be done with ever talking about playing it again. And I think the 9-game schedule. I think the new SEC scheduling formula, I think with where college football's headed, we just don't need to even get this started. If this was 1973 or 83 or even 93, it's a different conversation. But in 2025, with a 9-game schedule starting next year, it's really a shame that we even have to have one game in the series. So go out, win it going away, leave no doubt. And I don't know what the phrase or the mantra or what they're, what's posted on the walls inside the operations center there in Fayetteville, but I hope that's one of the things coaches are saying this week. Leave no doubt. And that's what I hope we're saying when this game is over on Saturday early evening.
I think I just have a little, and Arkansas is a 23.5 point favorite, whatever it is. It's 3+ touchdowns. In the back of my mind, I just hope that our football team takes these guys seriously.
Yeah.
Because if you don't, and you're in a situation in the third or fourth quarter, and everyone's uneasy in the stands, everyone's uneasy on the field, that's wearing Razorback red, you just don't want to be in that situation. To leave no doubt where you're coming from. Could not agree more. Because
this isn't a game you can win by 7. If you win by 7, yeah, it's a dub, but it's got people talking. So go out, leave no doubt, and then let's never talk about playing these guys again.
Ever in that stadium against that opponent, in that stadium overall, it doesn't matter.
I don't really have a lot of say-so in that. The game's been over there. History, I still think history of the power of the Hogs in our state is, a bunch of it is because we would take the team over to Little Rock. There were certainly different times then, less hotels, less television, where the Hogs could go.
I mean, NWA used to not have lights at Razorback Stadium. Things have changed nowadays. Post September 6, 2025, we should not play a competitive football game as Arkansas, as the Arkansas Athletics Department, as the football program in Little Rock. Post this weekend.
I just hope the state legislature doesn't get involved. The governor doesn't get involved. That's how this game ended up here. If you want to play in other sports, fine. Arkansas lost a baseball game one time to UA Little Rock. The program didn't fold up. The sun came up the next morning. But you just don't have – football's a whole different animal. And with a 9-game schedule, I don't want to say A-State's too good an opponent for your future schedules in non-con, but A-State's kind of, probably not the level you even want to play moving forward with a Power 4 team that you're going to play, 9 SEC games. You're going to be looking for softer opponents than A-State for those other 2 slots. Or at least, in my opinion, you should be. You should play one FCS team and one somebody else, and I don't even know if you want to reach as high as the Sun Belt, quite honestly. All right, more to get to. It's going to be an interesting week. I'll be interested to see. They say it's either is it officially sold out yet, or it's near a sellout?
Sold out. Yeah.
Hutch said it's sold out. I'm going to take.
I was told about 10 days ago by someone at the athletic department it wasn't sold out, but it was inching that way.
Will be a sellout.
I think will be a sellout. It's probably a fair way to say it. Hey, Gaston's White River Resort. Man, it is fall conditions out there and a great time to be on the White River. I'd invite you to call 870-431-5202. They have 80 private cabins and lodges. The pool's still up and going. They've got great nature trails and places you can get an outdoor walk or workout in. You can walk along the banks of the White River, but the star of the show is always the fishing. It's time to get to Gaston's, book one of their fishing guides. They can take care of everything when it comes to you and your crew, whether it's 2 or 3 of you going or whether you got a couple of boats that you're going to need and 6 people across 2 different boats. They've got a roster of great guides, all conference fishing guides. And you can do fly fishing or bait fishing. They can do either one for you there at Gaston's. 870-431-5202. Conditions are right. Lake levels get normal. Flows are starting to slow down a little bit. So good time to get on the river. 870-431-5202. Gaston's White River Resort. A first-class time every time.
I think it's your girlfriend called.
Text the Lewis Automotive Group hotline, 877-377-6963. Lewis Automotive Group, home of the Lewis Guarantee.
Life insurance. Why are you putting it off? Can't afford it? Too much hassle? Think you don't need it? There's lots of excuses for putting off life insurance. But if you weren't there, who would pay the mortgage and other bills? With Ethos, you could be covered in 10 minutes and boom, family protected. Ethos. Fast and easy online term life insurance. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at ethos.com/play. That's ethos.com/play.
I'm personally not necessarily a yes man, but I will, give my opinion on certain things.
This is the Morning Rush. Right now, someone in a Hardee's kitchen is about to make you a morning person. Loading up our omelet biscuit with sausage, ham, and applewood smoked bacon stacked on a fluffy made-from-scratch buttermilk biscuit. Or making a home-style loaded burrito. All that breakfast in a tortilla with crispy hash browns. Good morning, morning person. From Hardee's Country. Download the app and join my rewards for 20% off any breakfast purchase of $10 or more. Registration and minimum $10 purchase required. See app for terms.
Freshen up your golf game at the Golf Nut. We've got the latest apparel and head covers from Pins and Aces, plus new shirts and shorts from Red Vanley. Ghost golf bags are here in Sunday bag, carry, and card 14 styles. Zero torque putters are the hottest thing on the greens. Check out our models from TaylorMade, Lab Golf, and Odyssey. For precision on every shot, we've got rangefinders from Blue Tees and Bushnell. Visit the Golf Nut, 5121 Towson Avenue in Fort Smith. Fort Smith's #1 golf shop since 1994.
Top CDL Academy is a licensed Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration that provides the federal required training to obtain both Class A and Class B CDL licenses. Our program provides assistance with employment after graduation. We have finance and grant options available. Students straight out of class have started new careers earning $70,000 to $140,000 per year, and training is provided for all 50 states. Call today, 479-632-1050, COP CDL Academy.
At Arvest Bank, we believe small businesses are the backbone of communities. Whether you're just getting your business off the ground, planning for future growth, or managing the day-to-day, we want you to thrive. That's why we help businesses of all kinds find their strength. Because everyone deserves a financial partner who cares. Arvest Bank, we believe.
The proud, honorable men and women of our military are sacrificing their lives and their families for our freedom. Please take time to remember and pray for our men and women fighting overseas. This salute is courtesy of Brew Crew Gutters and Garage Doors, proudly serving our area with reliability and excellence. For all of your residential and commercial gutter and garage door needs, call 479-255-8065. That's Brew Crew Gutters and Garage Doors, on the air, saluting our troops.
Do you need closure on your garage? Call Grit Garage Doors. Whether it's a new door, a squeaky closing sound, a broken spring, or just off track, Grit is who you can trust. Call Grit. There's no door Grit can't close. Local team, local service with honesty and integrity. Call Grit Garage Doors. 479-430-3667. That's 479-430-DOOR. Grit is who you can trust.
When your carpets, upholstery, and floors look dirty and stained, call your local Service Master Clean at 646-4087. Service Master Clean is an industry leader and can remove the toughest stains from your home or office. And they back their work with a satisfaction guarantee. Eliminate dirt and grime from your carpet, hardwood, tile, and laminate floors. Call your local Service Master Clean, 479-646-4087. That's 646-4087 or online at servicemasterpc.com.
This is Daryl Johnston with Hashtag Managed IT Services. We are excited to now be part of AAA Business Systems. Hashtag will continue to handle every IT need your business will have, and now, as part of AAA Business Systems, we can handle all of your document printing and storage solutions. Together, we have the expertise to meet all of your office technology needs. Find us online at aaabm.com or call us at 471-1771.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
Remember you live there for reasons.
The worldwide leader in sports.
It was our first call game in Hotline, and we ended up on that field. We were in section 104.
Brother, you just turned the light bulb on. You gotta go with somebody. At least they go with the winner. All right, Tommy, they're great.
You're listening to The Morning Rush with Ty Richardson and Tommy Graff. Call or text the Lewis Automotive Group hotline at 877-377-6963.
Hog Fan for Life getting at us on YouTube saying Arkansas by 35 this weekend in War Memorial Stadium in Little Rock. That'd be nice. I would leave no doubt.
That enough?
That was Tommy. Yeah, 35. I just want them to cover. Heck, you win by 24. I'm happy. I mean, well, how much do you think they have to win by? You're not going to win 52-7 like you did against Alabama A&M, but 3 or 4 touchdowns. That's definitive.
3 touchdowns.
You look like
70 to nothing. 70 to nothing would be fine with me.
You think it has to be that draft? But
no, it doesn't have to be. But that, I
get what you're saying.
I hope it is
because Arkansas State for a number of years wanted to play it. In some cases, they had better teams than you in years, and you would have lost. But now let's put it to bed. Let's end this once for all and beat the brakes off of them on Saturday. Hopefully that's the case. Yeah. All right, so there's been many, many games in War Memorial Stadium over the years. I want to ask you a trivia question concerning one of them as we get into CJ's Trivia Tuesday.
Anybody interested in grabbing a couple of burgers?
Those are good burgers, brother.
Archer Burger. My God.
This is CJ's Trivia Tuesday, presented by CJ's Butcher Boy Burgers in Fayetteville and Russellville.
I got the shakes that'll make you quit. I got the fries that'll cross your eyes. I got the burgers that'll... Just for burgers.
When all you do are burgers, they have to be the best.
All right, everyone remembers Matt Jones to Corey Birmingham back in 2002. That was Miracle on Markham 1. But what about the second edition? Casey Dick to who? That is our CJ's Trivia Tuesday question. I think a lot of you know who it is, but you might have to think about it for a sec. Who did Casey Dick throw to for the game-winning touchdown back in 2008, Bobby Petrino's best victory in his inaugural season? 877-377-6963 is our Lewis Automotive Group hotline for a $25 CJ's Butcher Boy Burgers gift card. Who did Casey Dick throw the game-winning touchdown to back in 2008, known as Miracle on Markham 2? When I said it, did it immediately pop in your head? Did you immediately know it? Christian,
yes, me about 10 seconds.
Say about 10 seconds. Again, you've got to call us. We're already getting text here on the Lewis Automotive.
It might be a big international city. You might.
Again, when it comes to this, you've got to call us in order to win a $25 gift card. We often have people text us the correct answer, as many of
texters
have already. But you've got to be able to call us in order to win.
You better do it in about the next.
Yes.
We got one.
30.
Who is it, Christian? And don't call with biscuit in your mouth. So Christian's got to understand you. Who is it, Christian?
All right, what's your name? Where are you calling from?
Joe in Fort Smith.
Joe, what's the answer to our CJ's Trivia Tuesday question?
London Crawford.
That is correct. Mr. London Crawford caught the game-winning touchdown.
Stay on.
I think it was
Stay with us there, Joe.
Fourth and what? They went deep just like he did.
It was a 4th and 1.
Yeah, and beat them deep, and Arkansas ultimately won the game against LSU. CJ's Trivia Tuesday, we do it every single Tuesday, a chance to win $25 to both CJ's in Russellville and in Fayetteville. When all you do are burgers, they have to be the best. Coming up, halftime, Phil Elson, Matt Jones, Big C is next.
APAC Arcola and Standard Materials Group has immediate openings in the Northwest Arkansas area. If you're a licensed CDL driver,